Hey everybody, this is TotalGamerJunkie. I want to welcome you all back to my channel. So I want to go over this supposed leak for Life is Strange Double Exposure that I found out about an hour ago. I found out about it from the YouTube channel Podcast Now, so I'm going to leave a link in the description below so you can hear his thoughts on it. But apparently this leak came from 4chan and it's 3 leaks, and I'd like to go over them with you and discuss my thoughts and opinions about them. And just let me know what you think in the comments below, because I do like 2 of them. The third one I don't believe, but the first and third one seem very plausible. Now the first leak is about Chloe. Now it says Chloe is going to be treated as a maybe not for the entire marketing phase. I know, effing stupid idea. But yes, if you choose Bae, she will be a constant present via phone calls, texts, etc., with an in-person appearance towards the end, with a kiss, a proper one. Certain people wanted her to be less involved, but others would have been here since the start, wanted a definite payoff, and that is true. You can't have a Max game without Chloe unless you make the canon ending sacrificing Chloe. But the developers have stated that no ending is canon and they respect our choices as players for whatever we chose. And I do believe, this is actually in my head, I'm working on a theory video about what Chloe's been up to, so I won't spoil too much, but I do think there's a reason that she and Max are distant, and it's because what Chloe does for work and what Max is going to pursue her dream. So I do think they'd keep in touch with phone calls and texts. I do think if we read the journal that Max has, he can talk about Chloe as well. But to me, this is a fair compromise. And the year, the first one, the year is October 2013, I believe, and this one is going to be December 23 or December 24. So who's to say that you can't use a Zoom call or Facebook Live? Or whatever their version would be. I'd settle for that as well. And I do believe at the end of the game, Chloe, or maybe just before the end of the game, Chloe will make an appearance, and that her and Max will be able to see them together in person. I don't think that this entire thing's going to be just restricted to phone calls and emails and etc. But I'm okay with this so far, because I understand that Deck 9 would like to flush out the other characters they have as well. Because if Max and Chloe are together always, it's gonna, at least the way I interpret it was, it'd take away the interest for the other characters, as everyone would be so focused on Max and Chloe. So I think this is a nice little compromise. Not the best, but I'm okay with it. Now the next leak, I don't believe, at least most of it I don't believe. So, for example, the first part says the black guy's girlfriend is Amanda. Now, the black guy being Moses. Now, I don't know if Moses is a romance option. I think he is. I can say with 100% certainty Amanda is one of the choices for Max, but I'm not too sure about Moses, because some people say, nah, they don't see him as that, but I don't know who else it could be if not him. Now, I do believe the next part, there's only 2 romance options. As I said, well, technically it's going to be 3 if we save Chloe and say we're in a relationship with her, but Amanda is one of them. I'm 100% certain of that, but I do not believe Sophie is, because it's a bit too similar with Chloe, how in this game Max is trying to figure out who murdered Sophie, and she's trying to not only solve her murder but also prevent it. Whereas with Chloe and Max, there were times where Max had to continuously save Chloe because fate was trying to kill her. And when she did die, Max would do everything she could to go back and save her. So I think if they do that, it just kind of feels too much like Max and Chloe, you know? So, like a cheap knockoff, I wouldn't be interested in that. Then, fourth one, if Chloe is alive, Max is already in an ongoing relationship with her. Now, I've brought this up before for dialogues where we see when Sophie is asking Max who Chloe is. The options are, we were best friends or we were high school sweethearts. And that can be attributed to the sacrifice Chloe ending, in which case we were makes more sense. But if Chloe's alive, then the text would be, we are best friends or we are high school sweethearts. So I do think that it's not going to be straight off, okay, if Max saved Chloe, then they're automatically in a relationship. No, I do believe us players will have a choice. Well, I shouldn't say I believe, it should be fact. If we get the choice to choose what Max's relationship with Chloe was if she's dead, then it makes sense we get to choose what their relationship is if Chloe's alive. Now, this last leak is obviously choose Bay at the start and she's dead. Max is much more traumatized in the storyline. Nightmares, not unlike Chloe's in Before the Storm, she actively regrets her choice. Now, I agree and disagree with this, so let's break this down. Max is much more traumatized in choosing to save Arcadia Bay. No, I do not believe one choice will make her more traumatized than the other. I do think if you chose to sacrifice Chloe, then it's going to be more sad for Max, because she's the only one that has those memories with Chloe. She lived 5 days with Chloe. They were on an adventure, and no one but her remembers it. Everything Max and Chloe did exists only in Max's mind, so I can see her being a bit more sad about that, but I don't see one choice being more important than the other, because let's face it, if at the end of the day there is no good or bad choice in Life is Strange 1. Max was in a no-win situation, so it was her morals on the line. Like, what did she care for? Did she care about Chloe enough to let a town die? Or did she set her feelings aside and say, okay, as much as I care about Chloe, I have to do this. I hate that I have to do it, but there's no other way. So I can see her, while she doesn't regret what she did, she knew there was no choice, but she wishes that there was another option she could have done. That's at least how I view it. Now, the thing about nightmares is, we had Max experience nightmares in Life is Strange 1 in episode 5, after she brings Chloe back to life. You get that nightmare scenario, and it might be that way if towards the end of the game the parallel timelines start merging together and shit starts getting crazy. I can see that happening, but I do think when this refers to nightmares, I believe it means it's dreams, and I can see that. I can see Max having nightmares, but not until she gets her powers. I think that the moment after she gets her powers, and when stuff starts happening, like we see in the trailer, there's two moons, and a red and blue one, and black's massive storm clouds in the distance. And I think that when these apocalyptic events start happening, Max is going to start having nightmares about what happened with Arcadia Bay, regardless of the choice, because she knows what's coming. And then she'll have a nightmare about Coldon University, and that'd be pretty interesting to see. Or, who knows, and maybe she might start freaking out and thinking, oh no, was it really a nightmare, or was it a vision of the future, like I had with the tornado? Now, this last part, she actively regrets her choice. No, I think that this is pretty stupid. Let me explain why. So, if she sacrificed Chloe to save Arcadia Bay, I can see her feeling upset that she had to make that choice, but I don't think she'd regret it. Because if we look at it from the reverse angle, if she sacrificed Arcadia Bay and saved Chloe, is she really going to regret saving Chloe's life? Then that means, isn't there a chance she could grow to resent Chloe and hate her and blame her for everything that happened, the storm and all that? No, that's completely stupid. It's ridiculous. I think that if she regrets anything, it would have to have been making a choice rather than the choice itself. Because as I said before, Max was in a no-win situation. There was no third option. There was no happy ending. Max had to choose. And I think it's making that choice that the biggest decision of which probably is the biggest decision of her entire life. And you know, how do you cope with something like that? Deciding the fate of a town and your best friend. Or, like, if you're more than that, you know. But, yeah, no, I don't believe she regrets her choice, but rather regrets she had to make a choice. Well, anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Link will be in the description below the Podcast Now's channel. And let me know what your thoughts are about these leaks in the comments below. Do you believe them? Do you not believe them? And if you have any theories of your own, let me know. This is TotalGamerJunkie, signing off.